Fans on their feet, making the noise as we get set to get it underway. It's Holden against Thompson. Well, it's going to be a Cheshire ball. It must have been adjudged to have tipped it on the way up, so it'll be a Phoenix ball. There aren't too many teams where the point guard jumps it up in the opening tip.
No, there's not. You're right. Magic Johnson, that was quite a while ago, Dan.
Maybe, yeah. Here's Holden. Looking to attack. Gets all the way to the basket. The ball goes backwards, and that's because he was fouled by Abercrombie.
Yeah, they see the mismatch there, Abercrombie on Cam Holden. And Holden like that. You see him really be aggressive there right at Abercrombie, who is the bigger defender.
He's a difficult matchup for anybody, really, Holden, because he's so good on the low block. He's an excellent passer of the ball as well. Got good size for a point guard.
No, he's had a really good season. Of course, this is his second season back with Cheshire Phoenix. Last year was a little bit more difficult for him, I thought, at times. He was a really, really star-studded team last year. And he struggled to, I think, always be able to impact games. But this year, quite the contrast. He's been that pillar for them on the offensive end.
Well, it's interesting they've gone with Atwood guarding Thompson. So it's Johnson guarded by White. Here's Hunter getting some room in the key, and he knocks it down.
Jalen Hunter's been so good at that. Been able to find the space there, that pull-up jump shot. 13.5 points per game for Jalen Hunter this year so far.
Atwood, nice pass. Gets it to Holden, kicked out to Scott Grayson for three. And he doesn't get the friendly bounce. Jackson with the rebound.
Good look, though. Nice ball movement.
Jackson down low to Thompson. Double team comes, so he circles back out. Kick out to Johnson in the corner. Long rebound comes out to Timberlake. Oh, Timberlake has it knocked away and ricocheted off him last, so it'll be a Leicester ball.
Not a great turnover there, just quite careless. You've got to be quite tight with a basketball when you're pushing it like that. Good defensive set by Phoenix as well. The double team was effective. Down low to neutralize Charles Thompson.
Hunter trying to throw the pass cross court, and Atwood was out of bounds when he touched the ball, so that'll stay with Leicester.
It's one of those ones too, he didn't want to touch it, but sometimes it's just habit. And of course, if he doesn't hit it, the offensive player might get it and have a layup.
Into Jackson. Hunter now in the corner. His three is short. Long rebound again comes out to Jackson. He's off the mark. Thompson with the rebound.
Wow.
Back to Jackson to the finger roll for two.
Beautiful rebound as well. You see Charles Thompson just reach over and snatch that. And then a nice finish from Zach Jackson inside.
Timberlake. Scott Grayson, late shot clock. Trying to create some room for the three. Gets it away, misses everything.
Yeah, two missed three-pointers now for Scott Grayson early.
Johnson cutting off the ball for the easy layup.
See, that's way too easy. And those are the baskets that Phoenix have to mitigate. Look, you don't have to be a defensive specialist. You can't just turn a team that concedes 94 points per game into a defensive stopper. But what you can do is you can limit those easy baskets.
Holden driving through, loses the ball, gets it back. Timberlake off the glass for two.
Perfectly timed cut there from Timberlake, and a nice find from Holden.
Holden guarding Thompson. Get back out to Abercrombie, who's blocked by White. Nice pass. Oh my goodness, the birthday boy with the big boy jam.
Wow. Stop the birthday cake. He's too busy jamming on opposition. Big slam.
Skylar White, though, quick to reply for 3.
And that's what you want to do. You want to reply early and you want to do it big. And Skylar White stepping into that 3-point shot.
Hunter at the elbow. Good challenge by Atwood, but a better shot by Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter's feeling good. You can see he's finding his spots. Looks really comfortable with that pull-up jump shot.
Atwood into the key for 2.
Wow, he's so good at that, isn't he? TJ Atwood. Excellent body awareness there. Nice finish.
Thompson, cross court to Abercrombie for 3. Johnson with the offensive rebound. Leicester doing a good job on the offensive glass. And Jackson again moving off the ball.
So good. And problem is they overcrowd in there. Attracted to the ball, and all the while Jackson, while the defensive heads are turned, he just skips to the basket. Easy 2.
Atwood underneath, and he'll get a layup.
Nice position there from Atwood again. Take advantage of the smaller defender.
Johnson, another corner 3 for Leicester. They've had plenty of looks from that spot. They haven't knocked any down.
They have.
Blocked from behind by Johnson, but they still have it, Cheshire. And Holden draws the foul from Thompson.
That's a great block there. Basket saving blocking. Holden uses that pump fake against Charles to commit the foul.
Charles Thompson, the highlight of the game so far, bringing it on his birthday with the poster dunk.
Wow, he looked like he enjoyed that one. Nice look. Goodness me.
Did you ever play on your birthday? Your birthday's in the season.
Yeah, I think I did, yeah. I can't remember if it was a good experience or a bad experience.
Was it in this country? Do I need to look it up? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah, I think so. 20th of October.
Yeah, it might take. I know you when your birthday is, Ant.
Oh, yeah.
I wish you a happy birthday every year. After I go through Ian Rush and Claudio Ranieri and everybody else who's born on that day. Here's Johnson. Pass is deflected. That'll stay with Leicester.
Good resistance, though, from Cheshire. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to make things as difficult as possible for this Leicester Riders team.
Jackson backs down, kicks out. Good hands from Holden to steal it away.
That was good defense. And
Holden pushing hard, getting all the way to the rim. Misses the layup, though. Planutis underneath. He's blocked. Ooh, foul called on the head. Didn't want that on his birthday.
No.
2 whistles against him.
It's a loss for Riders. Really good start for Charles Thompson. 2 points so far, but boy, were they a big 2 points. Big jam.
Cheshire leading by 3 here, midway through the opening quarter of this Super League Basketball Championship game. Hunter, late shot clock, knocks down another one.
Golly, Jalen Hunter's came to play today. You can just see the way that he is on the court, his intent at the moment. 7 points personal for him already.
Holden to the spin off the glass.
Difficult finish there from Holden. He seems to have taken an aggressive start to this game as well.
Hunter to a cutting Jackson, under pressure from Atwood. Blocked by Shelton, but a foul is called on that one as well. It's going to be on Hunter rather than Shelton. Wright is going to come in for Leicester, so too Washington. Well, Larry Austin will go to the free throw line. So update, and you never did play on your birthday
never
in
did.
British basketball. 3 games on the 19th of October. A combined 11 points in those 3 games, Anne. That's not great.
Oh, no.
Were you out drinking the night before your birthday or something?
Never on a game night.
To be fair, you played 3:40 in one game, 15 minutes in another, and 1 minute in the other. So I'm guessing you must have been rehabbing at that point, Anne.
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Shelton with the rebound. Here's Wright. Round the screen. Kicks out to Washington. Well, they couldn't knock them down in the opposite corner, but the one in front of the bench is good for Connor Washington.
Wow, excellent signs for Leicester riders there. Connor Washington coming off, instantly touching the ball and letting one fly, knocks it down.
Holden out to Austin. Austin putting it on the floor, trying to find some room. Out to Holden, needs to shoot it. Late shot clock, gets it away, but short on that. Wow. Oh, stolen away by Holden. And he turns it into 2.
Incredible steal. He just elevated, grabbed that, plucked it from the air, and lays it back in.
Well, we mentioned the fact that they have 3 of the top 4 in steals in the league. He's one of them. As Wright gets 2 back. Holden. Nice pass to Austin. And, oh, he misses the layup, though.
Rare miss there from Larry Austin inside.
Jackson. Out to Wright. Right to the rim, and Wright lays it in.
Such a good finish. And Ethan Wright has rightfully earned himself a reputation for being a sharp shooter in this league. 40% from the three-point line. And that pump fake gets him a lane to the rim.
Planuta sends Shelton flying on the fake. Here's Skylar White in the corner for 3.
Wow, he's so difficult, isn't he, to guard? Sometimes he shoots it before he catches it, and that is only one thing on his mind. Doesn't see anything else but the rim.
Here's Shelton. Shelton's going to take the 3. He was shooting so many threes in that delay in the warm-up. I knew he was going to take one today. He was making them in the warm-up, not here. He commits the foul. He's now 0 for 7 in his British career, Duke Shelton from behind the arc. I looked the stat up because I knew with all those extra reps he was getting, one was going up at some point this game.
Wow, good scout, Rowledge. Very good scout report from you there.
Brooks is going to come into the game for Leicester. Holden at the line trying to break this 22-22 tie, but failing. One thing Cheshire have struggled with this season, and indeed particularly in recent weeks, is free throws. As he goes 1 for 2. They're second last in the league in free throw shooting, but I think they missed 13 last week at Newcastle in a tight game. Washington feeds Shelton, who jams it in. Basket is good. Foul is called as well. Duke Shelton will go to the line for a bonus.
Excellent injection of energy from both Connor Washington and always Duke Shelton. Look at this. Nice handoff there, and Connor Washington just aggressive there, gets in the middle of the paint. And Duke Shelton slams it home. Wow.
First foul of the game on the Cheshire Phoenix called against Cam Holden as Shelton converts the three-point play. White finding Rock underneath for 2.
Yeah, good recognition there from Skylar White. Rock has that size and strength down there. Nice finish from him.
Washington. Short on that one. Planutis with the rebound. Back to Planutis. Thought about the three. Knocks Washington to the floor, and the charge is called.
Connor Washington is so good at that, isn't he? Time and time again, he puts his body in that perfect position between the offensive player and the basket.
Well, Ben Thomas was unconvinced, I think it's fair to say.
Yep.
There is a bit of contact, and he's in a legal position. Tied at 25. We said 200-point games are de rigueur for Cheshire. We're on pace for one here. Here's Wright for three. Brooks trying to keep it alive. Shelton chasing it to the corner, and that will be a Leicester ball.
Well, good hustle on the boards there. Duke Shelton and Joan Brooks.
.4 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. 50 points on the board already. Split evenly between the two teams. Lobbed into Brooks. Had to reach to get it. Back to Washington. Just bobbled it. But he still beats the buzzer with the mid-range two. And that will separate the sides at the end of one. Riders, sorry, so they will start us off here in the second quarter. Right to the rim. Oh, Shelton went to jam in the rebound, but somebody got a hand on it, and that was enough to deflect it out off Shelton for a Cheshire ball.
Could have been another highlight for Duke Shelton. He seems to consistently feature on the SLB top 10 plays of the week.
He loves a putback jam, that's for sure.
He does. I don't think he discriminates on his dunk now. I think he loves to dunk the ball.
Good hands to knock that one loose by Wright. And that will stay with Cheshire. Hunter's going to return to the game for Leicester. Washington was going out, but Rob Paternostro said no, he wants both of them. I don't think. Have we seen both of them on the floor at the same time? Not a lot, Dan,
no. I mean, at the moment, Connor Washington's hot, so I can understand why Coach Paternostro wants to keep him in. There's a steal there from Duke Shelton, picks that one off.
Pretty sure this is the first time this season both Washington and Hunter have been on the floor at the same time. They usually switch one for the other. That will stay with Leicester. So presumably Washington stays at the point and they move Hunter off the ball, which would be interesting.
I mean, they're both shooting the ball well. Hunter's got 7 points, Connor's got 5. So I think Coach Paternostro sees some firepower there that he wants to put on the court as Duke Shelton flies out of bounds, getting knocked off by Jalen Hunter.
He did well not to knock Hunter out of bounds. And that's Washington again, he's up to 7.
Unbelievable, and that's why Paternostro's kept him in.
Well, we've got a piece with Connor Washington coming up at halftime. He's talking about his hopes still for the remainder of his career, and they're pretty lofty goals he has, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Scott Grayson. Good hands again. Shelton's been active defensively.
He has. I think he understands too. He's got an opportunity here to really impact the game of Charles Thompson in foul trouble. It's really quite difficult, I can imagine, playing behind someone like that because he's so gifted. But Duke Shelton's done a good job of forcing his way into the rotation and impacting games when he gets on the floor. I think the fans really like his energy. He's an exciting player to watch also.
Well, ball right down in the corner. There's only 3.3 on the shot clock. It's into Scott Grayson, who double pumped it, really. Oh, he gets it. Sorry, it's Eichel Rock who double pumped it, gets his own rebound.
Smart play there. He just knew he had to get it on the rim before the shot clock violation went off and stayed with the play and got the finish.
There's Shelton on the rebound, and he's fouled from behind by Eichel Rock, and he'll go to the line.
It's a good take there, but Duke Shelton as well. I really like his energy. He's got a good nose for the ball.
Well, Timberlake and Ulf will come into the game for Cheshire. Perhaps a more natural matchup for Shelton now. If somebody can bang against with Dave Ulf. Shelton makes both from the line. He is 3 of 3. Leicester lead by 4. Austin searching for room. Planutis for 3. In and out. Shelton with the rebound. Timberlake playing defense with his hands and not his feet there.
Yeah, easy call for the referee, wasn't it? Right in front of him as well.
Hunter to Wright, who is all on his own, and that's a dangerous thing to do. Leave him wide open.
It is. He's shot the ball so well this year. 40% three-point shooter, Ethan Wright.
Well, Leicester 3 of 10 from behind the arc. Timberlake to the rim for 2.
Yeah, great take there, and off that cut there, and it explodes towards the rim.
Nice pass. Shelton has his wrist slapped, and he will go to the line again. So this will be free throws number 4 and 5 for Leicester, all for Duke Shelton.
Wow.
Atwood's going to return. Planutis comes in. Well, Shelton, who's only shooting 66% from the line so far this season, but that number going up today as he makes it 5 for 5. Here's Holden, who's 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Scott Grayson. Rebounded by Shelton.
Yeah, Scott Grayson's really struggled to settle into this game.
0 for 5 from the floor now. Shelton keeps it for himself. He's going to back Ulf down. He's going to get all the way to the rim, but leave it short.
Did Ulf get a piece on that one?
I don't know. It didn't look like it, but we're obviously half the court away, but he did fall short. Here's Atwood for 3 off the mark. Right. Just casual as you like to the rim, and he stretches Leicester's lead by another 2. Oh, don't lose Skylar White. You're going to pay for that.
3 for 3 now from the floor for Skylar White for 9 points. As you say, Dan, it's the last guy on court to leave open.
Stolen away by Timberlake. He throws it the length of the court. Perfect pass to Holden, who lays it in.
Amazing pass. Just the audacity to throw it. It was on the money, and Cam Holden snatched it from the sky and finished it.
Super Bowl was last weekend. And coming out of that timeout, suddenly they've cut it to 4, but there's Shelton again with the jam.
Wow, Duke Shelton just dunking all over the place. That's 9 points personal for him now.
Well, that's a shot that has to go in because there's no offensive rebound possibility there.
Yeah, not a great shot there.
Here's Wright in the corner.
Finally, they get one to go in that spot. There we go. Bad shot on one end and then a defensive breakdown. Ethan Wright, a 40% three-point shooter, is left wide open in the corner.
Well, they got 5 points in a row out of that timeout, but 5 right back at them. Here's Atwood. Atwood with a tough one. And again, it has to go in because there's no rebounders anywhere near it. Jackson tried to bail out of that. He got it to Brooks in the end. Brooks, underneath, and a foul is called as he tried to scoop that one up. Skylar White can't believe his numbers being shown. Wow, there's the dunk before. Earlier Shelton dunk. What an impact Duke Shelton has had off the bench. 9 points and 6 rebounds in 9.5 minutes.
It's been really impressive over the last month. He's had some big performances. He had a player of the game performance here, coming off the bench with 15 points, 11 rebounds.
Well, Brooks makes them both, much to the dismay of Skylar White, who was having a little chatter there with Brooks, as if I didn't touch you. Timberlake with the pull-up, leaves it short. Hunter, can he get the rebound? He's going to be crowded out of it. Atwood's pulled it away. Hot potato on the floor. Somebody kicked it, and it's Atwood's foot, so it'll be Leicester ball.
He comes up empty, but good hustle, good work right there from Atwood. And that's the level of grit you're going to need to claw your way back into a game like this.
Well, Leicester leading this one by 11, having scored 45 points in 15, well, nearly 16 minutes. Back underway as Hunter brings it forward. Holden reaching round Shelton, committing the foul, and Cheshire over the limit now. The fouls switching around from first quarter to second, but once again Duke Shelton going to the free throw line. Second foul on Holden. Well, Shelton remains perfect from the free throw line.
He just looks like a focused player today. Good energy, doing all the right things.
Holden creates a little room. Will it drop? Yes, it will. Oh, it's stolen away again by Timberlake. He runs into Shelton. Ball is on the floor, thrown back. It's saved. Oh, but that's a backcourt. Holden was in the backcourt. Well, they get 3 out of it. That was a backcourt violation, by the way. The initial save from Jackson. Oh, White's gone down for a second, and as he got back up, Jackson took the bump. 1 or 2 optimistic Leicester fans calling for an and 1 there for Jackson's shot about 15 seconds after the foul was called. But
this is a difficult period here for Cheshire because every single foul, I feel like this second quarter has been quite prolonged just because every foul's led to trips down the free throw line, namely Duke Shelton.
It's Jackson this time. And Cheshire do commit the most fouls in the league. They're the only team averaging over 20 a game. And actually, the first quarter, they only committed 2. So this is kind of regressing to the mean. It's 5-zip in the foul count in this quarter.
And least amount of fouls.
Leicester.
Leicester, best defensive record, Leicester.
Yeah.
Correlation there, Dan.
Timberlake misses the 3. Austin, one of the best rebounding guards, but he had his pocket picked there by Hunter. Wright drops it off to Shelton, goes underneath and lays it in.
Duke Shelton is going to work.
Oh, Atwood, it's a goaltend. It's a goaltend. I was about to say, they're a bit late on that one, but it was a goaltend there. You like the effort from Shelton, but the ball had come off the backboard.
Oh, Duke Shelton even give the nod of approval there to the referees.
So that basket is good. We're still 2:45 from halftime. Leicester already past the 50 mark. Here's Shelton underneath. Again, he's fouled. Again, he goes to the free throw line. Duke Shelton, have yourself a ball game.
Jalen Hunter. The vision, unbelievable. And then the strength, the focus. This Duke Shelton is unstoppable today. Look at this, the bobble, then the knock, then the finish. Wow.
5th assist of the game for Jalen Hunter. He comfortably leads the league in assists. He's the only guy over 100 so far. Bear in mind the next most is 82.
Wow.
And Shelton, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Atwood has the mismatch inside. Mid-range, knocks it down.
So comfortable in that shot, isn't he, Atwood? We saw that time and time again last year at Plymouth City Patriots.
Here's Shelton. Back out to Jackson. Jackson into the key. Floats one up. Shelton on the offensive glass, but it's ripped away. Austin has it to Timberlake. He's out of control, but he gets it back to Scott Grayson.
Oh, I thought he got bumped there, Dan.
Here's Atwood. Finding some room. Long arms to lay that in.
Big bucket there from TJ Atwood. And he's a player as well that can get hot and score the basketball.
Jalen Hunter for 3 off the mark. Oh, Abercrombie just rips it away. How did Abercrombie come up with the ball there?
Oh, 2 Cheshire players had it. Scott Grayson and Holden, and neither of them come up with it.
Well, Duke Shelton gets a well-earned break as he sits down. Rob is throwing me off here. We had Connor and Hunter on the floor at the same time. Now we've got no center on the court. Normally Shelton and Thompson trade minutes. They add up to 40. But Duke Shelton with 16 points and 7 rebounds gets a breather. And I guess Abercrombie is the center in this lineup. I know you're playing Cheshire, and Cheshire don't play normal, if you like. Here's Timberlake to the rim. He jams it down.
Wow, off the curl. Timberlake exploded to the rim there. The jam.
Cheshire is the one team that doesn't really have a traditional center other than Ulf coming off the bench. Here's Jackson for 3, steps into it.
Wow. Zach Jackson, ultimate professional. That takes him to 9 points now. The silent assassin.
Well, Leicester may well get to 60 before halftime. Here's Timberlake firing up the 3, in and out. And Hunter playing rebounder. Timberlake knocks it away. That'll be a Leicester ball. Jackson keeps it in play. Again, it's poked away by Atwood. Straight into Hunter this time. Oh, Jackson all on his own. Poked away by Scott Grayson. Here comes Austin. And he's fouled by Johnson from behind. Ben Thomas asking if it's an unsportsmanlike. I don't think it is, because he's played at the ball. Even though he's behind, he's not last man, so the behind isn't the issue. And he's made a play at the ball. I think that's the right call.
Yep.
Well, shot clock is off. They can take this to the buzzer here, Cheshire. They should take it to the buzzer. Atwood goes a little early, but he will get 2 free throws. But the worry is you've given Leicester 5.9 to go the other way.
Well, usually you trust your defense,
yeah.
Dan.
Well, yeah, maybe not when you've given up 59. Atwood misses the front end of 2 as well. They do have good offensive rebounders, to be fair. Should they need them, which they don't. Hunter grabbed by Atwood, and I'm not sure that's a smart foul because they're over the limits. It's just going to be 2 free throws. I don't think Ben Thomas thought it was a good foul either.
No, I don't understand why that was made. You can see the frustration there on Ben Thomas's face as well.
$60 up for Leicester at halftime. And make that 61. Still 2.4 seconds for Cheshire. It's into Scott Grayson. Scott Grayson from the half. Off the top of the board. Well, we're at the break here at the Mattioli Arena. Well, the possession arrows favors the Phoenix. So they will start us off here in the third quarter, trailing by 13. Eitel Rock. Wright fires up the 3 to get it started.
4 3-pointer. Unbelievable.
Oh, Eitel Rock, the one change to the starting lineup. Scott Grayson coming off the bench in the second half. Abercrombie looking to get those points back, and he does.
Wow, Wright at the person who hit one down the other end of the floor. White and Abercrombie could get into a very tasty shooting battle.
Here's Timberlake getting to the basket, leaves it short though. He's asking the referee for a whistle, not getting one. He needs to get back on defense, really. Good hands from Atwood to knock it away. Timberlake is blocked by Abercrombie, and again, he can't believe he's not got a whistle coming his way.
Well, Timberlake is very explosive, isn't he? I didn't realize he had that sort of explosion in him too. He's looked very active, but again, he comes up empty in terms of either getting a foul or finishing the play.
Atwood, nice pump fake. Great move from TJ Atwood.
Such a composed, controlled player, isn't he, Atwood? Gets the steal on the other end of the floor as well. He was the one that initiated that offense from the defensive play.
Timberlake commits the foul. His second. 5 Cheshire players now on 2. Lobbed into Thompson. Hunter. Blocked by Atwood. That will stay with Leicester.
Well, Atwood made a couple good defensive plays. Sometimes it can spread amongst the group.
Oh, they need some defensive plays in this half for sure. Here's Jackson. Oh, my goodness. He makes it look easy.
He really does. That's so difficult to stop. Fade away jump shot in the corner.
Holden thinks about the 3, takes it at the second attempt, and it's good.
Well, he had a lot of time to think about that. He doesn't shoot threes in high volumes, but he can knock them down.
Stolen away, although it goes out of bounds, so it'll stay with Leicester. Yeah, Holden only 5 for 20 from three-point land in 15 league games this season now after that make. Hunter, long 3 off the mark, tap down. They get in each other's way again. Johnson's going to set his feet, and he's going to find the bottom of the net.
Goodness, seeing the miscommunication again. And it just winds up in the hands of Johnson, who knocks it down. Oh,
Timberlake,
good cut.
yeah.
You can see that congestion there in that middle of the key area there. There's nice little action there away from the ball.
Lobbed into Thompson. Nice ball movement. Jackson now. Jackson has to rearrange that with Holden in his way. Stolen away by Hunter. Cheshire bench screaming for a foul. Foul is called on Atwood, and Ben Thomas on his feet. I think the bench has got a warning for jumping up along the way, but they cannot believe there wasn't a foul on that play.
I don't know. I feel like I had pretty good vision of it, but I don't know how much contact was on the body. They certainly got the ball.
Let's have another look. It's on the run out there. You can see why it would look like a foul from the bench, but you can maybe see why it wasn't called. Well, the first free throw was missed there. We should have clipped that up, the missed free throw. It was the first missed free throw of the game, Leicester. They had been 16 of 16 before that one. Eichelon creates some room. He's so good at that top of the key.
Yeah, he is. You can see the development of his offensive game as well, year on year. Of course, played for Sheffield Sharks before. Now finds himself in a Phoenix outfit.
Hunter finds room on the baseline, and he's fouled before the shot. Another Cheshire player on 2 now, Eitel Rock. Jackson got it on the opposite corner this time. Well, Abercrombie got pushed to the ground there. The referee said flop warning. Here's Holden. Good slap at the ball from Hunter. Abercrombie in and out for 3. White with the rebound.
Oh, Cheshire got away with one there. You see it, the complete contrast.
Leicester not going to get away with one. Oh, they are, as White on his customary trail at the top knocks so many of those shots down.
That's his first misses today, Dan. He's 4 for 5 from the three-point line for his 12 points.
Lobbed into Thompson. Thompson underneath lays it home.
Well, how many times have we seen that this year? Just throw the ball up and the big guy will get it and finish the play.
Eichler. Holden. Holden's going to take another three. Abercrombie with the rebound. Oh, they've lost Johnson. Wow, that's really not very good transition defense at all.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Underway once again, midway through the third quarter. Leicester 77-60. It is midway through the third. Just in case you're wondering, that pass had too much zip for Ulf. Johnson is open again, turns down the three this time. Stolen away by Austin. Ulf running the floor. Noticeable coming out of that timeout. Scott Grayson has come in, Planutis has come in, Austin has come in, Ulf has come in, and Wild has come in. Ben Thomas sending a message there.
Yeah, and look, I think so far the players have responded. They get a defensive stop there. Yes, they get a turnover, but at least they were there on the defensive end.
Thompson with the hook.
Oh, man, an easy post entry to one of the best scorers in the league down low.
Scott Grayson has it ripped away. Abercrombie has Washington for company. He goes it alone. Oh, it somehow ends up to Jackson. I think it was more Austin deflecting the ball that got it to Jackson, but either way, he was in the right place.
A good stand there from Larry Austin Jr. And then Planantis, just a little bit too much contact there on the follow from Zach Jackson.
Well, Leicester have 80 on the board with 4:23 to go in the third quarter. They've only broken 100 twice this season. They obviously had 130 against Falkirk in the Cup. The only other time they got over 100 was in overtime in the trophy at Bristol. They got 105. Here's Planutis. Surely they'll get more than 100 today. Planutis off the mark. Rebound Larry Austin. He somehow squeezes a way through to get a shot away. He's got another offensive rebound. That one's too high, and there's a push in the back, I think, from Ulf. Oh, no, it's Austin who pushed him. Well, the one thing you know is if Larry Austin's on the floor, he's going to keep playing and playing hard. He's going to keep crashing rebounds. He's going to keep trying to find some room underneath there. But again, Cheshire over the limit. Yeah, the foul's racking up against the Phoenix. Leicester haven't committed one in this half. It basically barely committed a foul since the first quarter, Leicester. But as we mentioned earlier, the team that commits the fewest fouls in the league is Leicester, and the team that commits the most fouls in the league is Cheshire.
Yeah, it's a very stark correlation there.
It's interesting because when you look at the numbers, Cheshire are at the top end of a lot. They're at the bottom end of a lot, particularly on the opponent's ones. But I can never work out how much of that is sort of inflated by their pace of play and the fact that it's just more volume of numbers. I'm not expecting you to tell me what the answer to that is, Ant, either, so you're okay. Here's Scott Grayson trying to find some room and squeezing one in.
He just hasn't been able to settle into this game, Scott Grayson.
First made field goal of the game. He'd been 0 for 6 before that.
Yeah, he's a player they really need to be productive on a game-by-game basis.
Well, Jackson just dancing his way down the lane for a finger roll. He's into double figures. Scott Grayson now maybe he's getting going. Jackson. Cross court to Washington. Abercrombie. Oh, how'd he give that one to go? He seemed to be facing the wrong way, but he makes it go.
Yeah, his body was sort of, you're right, contorting the other way, but really crafty finish here. Beats both off the dribble there and then sort of gets hit and then flings it up there. Softest of touches.
Abercrombie converts the three-point play. Is Holden to the rim.
Nice finish there. He's got a good patience about him as well, Holden, I like. Gets into those danger areas. He's really quite cool and calm when he gets in there. Used to the pump fake.
Johnson. He knocks down another triple.
Unbelievable. Catch and shoot. Johnson. High. Arkin, three-point shot.
First foul of the half against Leicester there on Johnson. Holden out to Scott Grayson. Scott Grayson driving to the rim. He's really good at attacking the rim as well.
He is. He just, again, it's took him a little bit too long to settle into this game. He's a guy averaging 17 points per game for this Phoenix team.
Jackson cutting to the rim. Scott Grayson got a hand on that. Holden looking for options. Finds Wild. Wild off the back of the rim. Of course, Wild would have played with Washington and Jackson during his time here in Leicester. Abercrombie off the mark. Went to Charnwood. Greg Wild, the Writers Development Program. Played games for the senior team as Washington knocked it away. Brooks is going to come in for Abercrombie. A lot of untucked shirts today. Players are having to be reminded on several occasions.
Good observation for you there, Dan.
Yeah, Shelton's been told 2 or 3 times now. It's Thompson. Got to make yourself presentable here on the zone. Can't have scruffiness. Here's Ulf to the rim. Oh, he blows it from close range.
Oh, dear.
Johnson for 3. Will it go? It might. It might. Oh, it doesn't. Well, 1 or 2 asking for a goaltend because he touched the net. I don't think he pulled the net. Here's Planutis out to Scott Grayson. Planutis gets it back, and his 3-ball is good.
Second one looked a lot better there from Planutis. First one way short. He stayed with it. Set his feet, let it go. Nice make.
Thompson. Over to Washington. Clock is getting low here. Brooks is going to have to heave the 3, and he knocks it down on the buzzer.
Wow. Aaron Brooks, 40% three-point shooter. He's increased those numbers as of late. And then a contribute off the bench.
Holden ticks it down. Scott Grayson doesn't get the shot away. And, well, that kind of sums the game up, doesn't it? Leicester with a heave 3 on the Well, 23-point lead for Leicester as we get the fourth quarter underway. Leicester will surely get their highest tally against the Super League team this season today. They need only 11 points to get there. Washington out to Jackson, on to Brooks. Kind of got caught in two minds and said, I'll have the floater.
Yeah, a smart decision from Jerome Brooks. They just got a little bit closer there and quick first step. Nice finish.
I haven't seen a lot of this today. Holden on the low block. He's an excellent low block guard. Well, Shelton, who had an unbelievable first half, doesn't get in until the fourth quarter, but always giving Thompson some chance to get a few minutes at least. Washington down the middle, pulled away by Atwood, and Washington commits the foul. Well, Leicester got in foul trouble early with Thompson getting 2 early fouls, and he is still the only player on 2 fouls for Leicester. That's how few fouls they've had since the first 5 minutes. Cheshire plethora on 2 and 3. Atwood, double team comes, forces it out to Holden. Shot clock being ticked down, and well, that one almost ended up in Charter Street. It was way over White's head.
It was high. I felt like White could have jumped to try and attempt to it flying out of bounds, but either way, it's a tough ask, isn't it, for White to be able to catch that one, gather it in, and then shoot it.
Wright trying to rearrange it. Planutis with the block. Leicester still have it. Washington gives it up to Jackson. He misses the 3. Planutis. White. Well, he wants a foul. It definitely fell short. The referee not interested.
Yeah, uncharacteristic wide miss there.
Foul called off the ball. Here's Washington. Wright for 3, off the mark. Long rebound might come to Brooks. He saves it. No, he doesn't. It's out of bounds. Well, he's back on his feet. He's just jogging back down court. And we will go again. Holden looking to attack Shelton. Blocked by Jackson. Shot clock still ticking. Got to get it up. He can't see it. Holden couldn't see it from where he was. And it's a 24-second violation.
Zach Jackson making plays. Coming across to swat that one away.
Well, that's another category that Leicester lead the league in, block shots, but they've got 5 of them today. But Charles Thompson has none.
Wow.
That doesn't happen very often.
He's just 5 by himself.
Yeah, exactly. Jackson to the rim for 2.
Smooth as you like. Zach Jackson just slicing through the key there. Another good finish from him. 19 points personal now for Zach Jackson.
He's just that guy, isn't he?
He
19 points, somewhere in the high 50s shooting percentage, maybe low 60s. Seems like every game.
That's it. He clocks in, does his work, he clocks out.
He might get to clock out a little early tonight. Here's Brooks off the mark. First miss of the game for Duran Brooks. Well, both bodies ended up on the floor, and Wright said, I'll have that loose ball. Shelton, well, White made a business decision there, committing the foul. Well, I said he might get to check out early, Zach Jackson. He's heading to the bench with 6 minutes to go. Be surprised if we see him back, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's an ultimate asset to that squad, and of course you don't want to risk the injuries.
Shelton's missed his first free throw of the game. He was 8 of 8. Nine now. That is equals his best in top flight British basketball. 9 made free throws.
9 out of 10. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. White for 3. Skylar White yet again. His 5th triple of the game.
Wow. He's such a problem, isn't he?
Johnson out to Brooks. Brooks stepped on the line. Timberlake. Cross court to Planutis. Thought about the 3, put it on the floor instead. Underneath the rim for 2.
Nice finish there from Planutis. Stop there, pump fake, and then step through with a left-hand finish.
Brooks out to Johnson, back to Brooks. Towards Shelton, but oh, it's kept in play by Atwood. Timberlake got the initial deflection. White, oh, I thought that was going up. It is now. Brooks on to Wright, who is wide open, and the 100 is up for Leicester. Only the 3rd time this season they've got a century on the board, and they still have 4.5 minutes to add to it.
I was going to say, Dan, was it in doubt today?
Nope. Atwood sneaking back door down the lane.
Nice pass there from Scott Grayson. And Atwood continuing to pour points on the board there. Atwood's had a good game, 15 points for him.
Johnson off the mark for 3. Scott Grayson has hold of Shelton to keep him off the boards, and that's going to be a foul, and his 4th personal foul indeed. Well, it's potentially not the worst game to foul out of, is it, with 4 minutes to go?
No.
Right, as Atwood slipped, takes it to the rim.
Good finish, Ethan Wright.
17 now.
Wow.
Off the mark for Timberlake. Wright pulls it in. Johnson streaking down court. Something's happened at the other end. It's a technical foul on Skylar White. He must have said something to the referee. I must admit, I was looking the other way at the ball, so I didn't quite see what happened. It's his 4th foul. He comes out of the game.
I think he might have got a technical foul for lashing out at Brooks.
I'm not sure you get a technical for something physical. I think it would have to be unsportsmanlike, so it must have been something he said. Well, Hunter off the mark. So we'll go back to where the possession was. There's just some debate as to what should be on the shot clock. Obviously, it'd been reset, but Leicester had it in offense, so it shouldn't get reset. So it's gone back to 21. Was it deflected? I was about to say it was a little high, that pass. I didn't see a deflection.
It was moving pretty fast. But you know what? He doesn't miss that many often.
Yeah, he doesn't miss by that much.
For those passes.
Oh, good. Oh, no. I was about to say good hands from Atwood, but he must have caught him on the wrist because it's going to be 2 free throws. Hunter at the line, while Leicester have been very good today. That is 24 of 27.
Yeah, wow. Excellent job of getting there as well.
Yeah. Although it helps when the other team keeps getting over the limit with 4 or 5 minutes to go in a quarter. So this is now Leicester's biggest score against a Super League team this season, going past their overtime win at Bristol. They won't get to the 130 they scored against Falkirk.
Well, this is becoming an issue though for Cheshire, isn't it? You know, the level of points that they're giving up.
Well, 122 to Bristol the other week at home. 110. Oh, nice block from Scott Grayson. 110 at Newcastle, was it last week? Timberlake kicks it to the corner. He lands hard. And, well, they get 3, but Timberlake hit the deck. And I think he was wanting a foul along the way, but he gets an assist instead. In the background, Jalen Hunter leaving the game. 9 assists to go with his 12 points. He's going to stretch his lead at the top of the Super League assist charts. He's already number 1, and that's above his average. Shelton backing down. Atwood commits the foul, and Duca and Wiley are set to come in for Leicester. Well, and Wiley is, because Nduko is waiting for Shelton. Atwood is fouled out, so Wild will return. There we go. 10 made free throws for Duke Shelton for the first time in his British career. Shelton, his evening done on 15 points. Did I say Shelton? I meant Atwood. Shelton shooting free throws, Atwood on the bench. Here comes Victor Nduko. Duke Shelton getting a big round of applause for his season-high offensive output of 19 points. He's also got 9 rebounds. Brooks trying to clean the boards. It's Wright who comes up with it. Wiley. Good hands from Timberlake to deflect it away. Timberlake's going to fire up the three. Comes down to Washington. 2 minutes to go, and MVP in your consideration. And the problem with scoring 108 is that means there's volume numbers for you to go through. I'm assuming you're going for a Leicester player.
I am going to go for a Leicester player, Dan, yes. The other player, the shining star on the winning team gets it. And no, it's been some honourable mentions here. I think Ethan Wright was excellent today.
You don't have to make a decision. Something might happen in the last 2 minutes for you to sway.
You're right, yeah.
And Dooku
yeah.
might go for 20 in the last 2 minutes.
Ethan
maybe,
Wright
maybe some in that shot. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Ethan Wright's had a stellar game. He's still on court. You know, that's contribution for Connor Washington as well. Ooh, tough shot there from Idle Rock.
Here's Nduku. Back out to Brooks. The fans just want Victor to shoot it here. He's going to look to attack. He is going to fire up the three off the mark. And Nduku's not got too many opportunities to score as Idle Rock converts at the other end in his career. He's got one here if he can get the ball back. Wiley obviously hit that shot late on, was it against Bristol a couple of weeks ago? And Nduku showing the footwork out to Brooks for three. A rebound, Idle Rock. Blocked by Ethan Wright. Idle Rock gets it back. Wild's going to fire up the three, and he's going to knock it down.
Greg Wild, of course, accustomed to shooting in this building. Knocks down a three.
Well, the shot clock is wrong here. It's ticking down. They've messed. The shot clock's all over the place here. And eventually the referees stop the game. Go on then. You got 22 seconds. We might as well go for your MVP now, Ant.
Honourable mentions. Ethan Wright, excellent game today, 17 points. Zach Jackson, silent assassin, 19 points for him. But the shining star, the energy, the person who really propelled this team forward in the first half, Duke Shelton, 19 points, 8 rebounds, and almost perfect for the free-throw line.
Almost. He obviously likes talking to you, Anne. That's what it is. Washington slipping, gets it away. Brooks has to beat the buzzer. He does. Bats it out to Wiley. And Dooku will just dribble it out. Rob Paternoster says, no more, that'll do. And the Leicester Riders win this game and win it handily. 110 on the board. Cheshire's defensive woes continue. And the